Hello, I'm Dr. Michael J. Duckett. I want to speak with you for just a few moments about a very important subject to everyone: self-love. Self-love. When we're talking about self-love, how many times can you remember back when you were a child, especially, and if you were to brag on yourself, someone would want to correct you. Sometimes these were your master teachers, your parents, your siblings, your friends, your relatives. You might say, "Oh, I'm a really great person," and they would say, "Well, that's conceited," or don't be so hung up on yourself," and things like that. Well, the truth of the matter is that self-love is contrary to what you were taught in the past. Self-love is a good thing. It's a necessary thing if you want more out of your life. Here's how it works. If you had an old dilapidated house, you wouldn't even think about putting a new addition on the back of it without fixing up some of the other house. You just wouldn't be motivated. You wouldn't be inspired to do something to put an addition on this dilapidated house. The same thing with your life. If you don't have adequate self-love, you are actually walking around feeling dilapidated. You're feeling less than worthy. Well, how can you add any additional things to that life when you're feeling not worthy? A couple really quick exercises that will surely have an impact on increasing your self-love. First, do the mirror exercise. For 28 days, stand in front of a mirror, repeating 28 times, passionately, out loud, that I love you. I love you. And some people find that it's even easier to say, I love me. But you have to do it very passionately, like, I love me. I love me. Now I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Somewhere, by doing this 28 times a day for 28 days, somewhere between the 21st and the 24th day, you will start to slip. And you will start to say, I love God. And you'll think, wow, where'd that come from? I'm telling you ahead of time, it works always that way with people. Because when you start to identify that you love God, what you really are saying is that you see the greatness of yourself in you, that greatness of God in you. That is the light that is waiting to be illuminated within each of us. The only way that it can become illuminated is by you loving yourself more. You are great. Every person is great. You've heard about this, you've read about this before, but you really do have a greatness. All of us do. But the only way that greatness is ever activated is when the individual recognizes it within him or herself. Then it comes into fruition and it surfaces up and out to the rest of the world to witness and experience, and above all else, benefit from. Now that's one of the steps, or one of the exercises I'm going to encourage you to try. Another really easy one is at the end of each day, before you go to sleep at night, take a quick piece of paper or your computer, sit down and just write out all the things from that day that you love about yourself. It could be just small little insignificant things, but they're big because it's something that you can identify saying, I really love myself for doing this. I love myself for feeding the dog or the cat. I love myself for facing this situation. Whatever that you can come up with, write it down though. It's very important that you write it down. And this is a personal log just for you to see. No one else has to experience it. As a matter of fact, you can destroy it after you're done writing it. But when you're doing it, start to recognize that yes, you are worthy to be loved. And you're worthy to be loved more. How much more? An infinite amount. An infinite amount for all of us. The more you love yourself, the more that you will want to put additions onto your life. This is Dr. Michael J. Duckett. Thank you for sharing this part of your life with me.